Wednesday. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a very exciting day, and it is the day that I finally get to share and unbox my Diamond Art Club Christmas release haul. My magic number for these big drops tends to be about 3 kits. Trust me, I wish I could buy more, but 3 usually seems to just fit a bit better into the budget. So I did have to narrow down quite a few paintings to my final 3. I think maybe 4 or 5 ended up on my wish list. I really liked this particular release from Diamond Art Club, and I was really excited that I was able to pick up all 3 of my top kits. I believe 2 of these have since sold out. I think the first one I'm going to show you today, which is my only round kit, I do believe this one is still available, but I do think the other 2 have in fact sold out. So usually when I do these large unboxings, I do like to change the angle for you guys. I like to film on my floor so I can get a bit more of the diamond painting in the frame. Unfortunately, I do live in upstate New York, and it is just about 3 o'clock, and it is already starting to get dark for the evening. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to kind of just move the canvases around so that I can share where special drills go. I will pop up full-length images of the artwork on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But we are going to film in my usual unboxing setup, which is on my big desk. Now, I will say I have cleared some space going to the right of the frame here. I used to have some stuff that kind of like jutted out into the side, and everything is a bit more clear now. So I'm hoping that will help us out a little bit with our unboxing. So I will share the 3 kits that I picked up, and then we will go through the whole unboxing process together. So kit number 1 is Cocoa Comfort by Maddie Arts. This one is a 55.6 by 73.7 centimeter round drill canvas. We have 52 colors with 2 ABs and 3 fairy dust drills. This one is so cute. I love this one so much. I have a little bit of a stretch goal for November, and that is to finish 4 diamond paintings, and that would be my 4th kit. So we'll see if I can make it happen, but I'm sure gonna try. Next up is Twilight Town by Teresa Donahue McManus. This one is a 55.8 by 73.7 square drill canvas. We have 76 colors with 2 ABs, 1 special diamond, and 3 fairy dust drills. This one is at the top of my list to work on in January of 2026. And then finally, probably one of the most popular kits this release is Christmas Room by Mariana Sully. I hope I'm pronouncing the first name correctly. It's a 69.9 by 98.9 centimeter square drill kit. And this one has 78 colors with 2 ABs, 1 fairy dust. Wait a minute. It says 2 Aurora Borealis, 1 fairy dust diamond, and 4 fairy dust diamonds. So we'll have to take a look at that. That might just be a typo on the box, but we will take a look at that when we get to it. So I'm going to start with the only round, which if you know me, if you watch my channel regularly, you might be a little shocked that the square kits outnumber the round kits in this order. I do tend to prefer a round kit. I don't let drill shape affect my decision on like purchasing, but I do tend to gravitate towards round drills just in general. But there were so many good ones, and unfortunately more of them that I personally liked were square. Okay, so we do have the new box, which is kind of cool. So this top part here is movable on the box, so you just slide it right off. Cute. And then I think it opens the same way as the other ones. Yes. Interesting. I would assume that perhaps this is like I don't know. I was going to say a cost-saving measure, but I don't know that for sure. So maybe like buying the standard boxes or manufacturing the standard boxes and then just making the sleeves. that they can slide on. I don't know. I like it though. It's cute. I do like that we still have the option to have the like the rendered artwork on the box. That is my favorite part about the Diamond Art Club boxes. We do also have a sticker on the bottom here. So if you lay them sideways, you could potentially just get rid of this and you could just have the little thumbnail here for your box. Whatever works best for you. That was my iPad that fell onto the desk. So let's move that aside. Let's do one toolkit. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about the toolkit, so we will do just one, and you can assume that the other toolkits are exactly the same. So first up, we have a pack of baggies. We have the Diamond Art Club Twist and Pick pen with a 4-placer, and then we have our single placer here that is preloaded with clear diamond painting wax. So if you twist it, you will dispense a little bit, focus, there we go, a little bit of clear wax in your single placer. We also have the Diamond Art Club branded tray with the sliding lid and the stopper. And then inside here, we have a thin 7-placer. We have a piece of pink heart-shaped wax, and we also have an extra brick of the clear wax, which is also what's loaded into the single placer. The toolkits are consistent across Diamond Art Club, so if you buy a smaller off the canvas item or something like that, you will get the same toolkit, but there is a different size tray. That is, I did an unboxing recently and I mentioned that, and I didn't specify the smaller tray and I got ratioed for it. So there is another size tray, but the toolkit itself is consistent across the board with all Diamond Art Club products. Off the canvas, larger canvases, smaller canvases. The only thing that would be different could be the tray size, which tends to be in the smaller kits. Okay, then we have our thank you for your purchase envelope, and inside of that we have our treasure quest card. This one is a bronze card. It does say on the back, thankfully, because when the treasure quest cards first came out, I had a really hard time deciphering between the bronze and the gold cards. The colors look similar, but the pattern is a little bit different for each color. So I like having it typed on the back. It just makes it a lot easier. Now, these cards can be collected, and if you collect a certain combination of cards, you can eventually redeem them for money off of your order, or there's also an option for a custom diamond painting. So don't get rid of these. Keep them somewhere safe, and then once you start collecting a decent amount of them, you can go to the website, which is diamondartclub.com/redeem, and you can see what combination of cards you need to redeem your discount. So we have another bronze, which I will say is definitely the most popular. It's the most common, if you will. And then we do have our sticker sheet. So in the sticker sheet here, on the sticker sheet, we have all of our labels with the symbol and the DMC code. We also have a thumbnail of the image. This one is so cute. I love it so much. We have the measurements of the kit. We have the drill shape. We also have how many colors there are. And then on the side here, we do have the title of the kit and the artist. So definitely keep this handy. And then the most exciting part, we have the actual canvas. So let's open the dust bag. I'd love to know in the comments if you guys keep your dust bags, because I do not. I rip mine right open. And I just put my kit back in the box once I'm finished with it, or once I finish unboxing it, I should say. So do you put yours back in your dust bag, or do you get rid of the dust bag? Let me know in the comments. All right, I am rolling this backwards since it is a Diamond Art Club canvas. It's that really nice material that doesn't mind being rolled backwards. That is also to do with the adhesive that they use. So if you have something other than poured glue, probably don't roll it backwards. Okay, let's take a look. I'm not looking yet. Ooh, she's so cute. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. I was on the fence So I knew I really liked this diamond painting, but I was on the fence between this one and another one. My other two were kind of set in stone, and it was this one that was kind of the floater. Like, do I go for this one? Do I go for the other one I like? And I did end up choosing this kit, obviously, because I have it here. And I am really glad that I did. I think she's adorable. I love this art style. I think this is definitely a new to me artist. I don't know off the top of my head if they're new to Diamond Art Club, but they're definitely new to me. And I love the art style. It's so pretty. So I'm going to pop up a full-length image for you guys here so you can see it without the glare. Again, I'm really sorry about that, but unfortunately, Mother Nature is working against me in my unboxing, but she is so cute. I would really, really like to get to this one in November. Like I said before, it's a stretch. We'll see if I can make it happen, but I would really like to. So just looking at the canvas, in general, it does look like there's a pretty good amount of color blocking. I feel like it kind of borders on the color blocking and the confetti side of things. Like, I can definitely see some pretty big areas of color blocking. The background is a couple of different dark shades, but it's pretty flat as far as I can tell. Some of these flowers will definitely have some more confetti in them. Her hat looks pretty color blocky. Her face looks pretty color blocky. But I do definitely see some confetti. So I feel like this would be a pretty good mix of both. And I do like that. I do like to have a little bit of a variation, but I still feel like I could probably finish this one. I don't want to say quickly, but I feel like I could get it done in a decent amount of time. Okay, let's take a look at the special drills for this one. So for this one, we have 2 ABs and 3 fairy dust drills. So we will look for those together. I do not prefer to go through every single color with you guys, but what I will do is I will, pull them across the screen just so you can see the color palette. I will let you know if we have more than one bag of a certain color, and I will cut out the specials as we go. So we're gonna have kind of a darker color palette for this one, which is also something I quite like for a Christmas kit. It's definitely Christmassy, and it has the traditional Christmas colors of red and green, but it also just has kind of some more like moody, darker tones, and I do like that. So we're gonna have a lot of blues and a lot of like dark purples and that kind of thing. So right off the bat, we do have 2 bags of 939. Some purpley red colors. We have 3 bags of 310. Probably a skin tone shade if I had to guess. We have 2 bags of 3750. We have our first special, which is 5200 AB. So I'll put that off to the side. We have 2 bags of 823. We have some red and pinky colors. And we have a light blue and another pink. Here is our first fairy dust drill. Some more pinky, purpley type of colors, some blues. We have another fairy dust drill. And another fairy dust drill. Perfect. Kind of some like pinky corally colors, which should be interesting. Greens and blues. Another kind of skin tony color. And then for our last strand, which is some pretty small bags, but pretty colors nonetheless. And we have our final AB, which is red. I do love a red AB in my Christmas kits. And then just some more oranges and pinks. We have a pretty kind of like mustardy yellow. Some more purples and some green. So that's our color palette. I'm going to set these off to the side here. And we will take a look at all of our specials. So what do we have first? We have our ABs, and then we have, okay, first up is our red AB 321. We also have a white AB in 5200. And for our fairy dust drills, we have 813, which is a really pretty, kind of like medium blue. We have this color, which is kind of interesting to me, this like orangey color, 3341. And then we also have a white fairy dust in 3865. Let's take a look at where all of these special drills go. So our red AB 321 is this symbol here. Let me try to get a little bit more light. I do apologize if the lighting is not fabulous. Okay, where is this color? I was assuming it was in her hat, and that is not correct. So it's got to be around here. Oh, okay. It's in the cranberries. Not cranberries. Holly? I think it's holly, right? Holly berries? Yeah, that seems right. My brain went to cranberries because have you guys seen that viral cranberry powdered sugar treat thing? Let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about. But my brain automatically went to cranberries. So it is in all of these little holly berries along the top. There's also some in the flowers that are behind her. And then there's also some at the bottom here in all of these little holly berries. I did assume her hat, but I don't see any in her hat or her lips. It looks like they're just in those holly berries. Next up, we have AB 5200, which is the white AB. This is this double triangle symbol right here. And okay, what is this around her? There are these like little white flowers around her head here. That is that white AB. There is also looks to be some in the strands of her hair, which will be really pretty. She kind of has this like pretty pink, like light pink shade going on with her hair. And there are some strands of white, and that is this white AB, which is so pretty. I love that. And then also the marshmallows in her hot cocoa, which is cute. And then I think this gingerbread has a little bow tie, and that is also the white AB. So pretty. I love that. I feel like I'm gonna say so cute, so pretty. I love that so many times this video. I really do apologize. Okay, next up we have our first fairy dust drill, which is 813, which is this really pretty shade of blue. It is this symbol, which I call the tree. Let me know if you guys have names for your symbols, because I always come up with random things. And this fairy dust drill is going to be in the leaves that are coming around. I'm assuming they're holly leaves. I might be wrong, but it is all of these leaves right around the top here. It's also the little blue snowflakes. At first I thought they were stars, but I think they're meant to be snowflakes because there's these like little yellowy orbs around them, which I think are stars. So I think these are supposed to be snowflakes. So the snowflakes are that blue fairy dust drill as well. And then the bottom leaves down here are also that fairy dust drill. And there's a few more of the little snowflakes as well. Really pretty. Then we have 3341 fairy dust drill, which is this arrow right here. An interesting orange color. And that looks to be around the top of her Santa hat. There's kind of this like orange highlight here. It's that fairy dust drill. And then again in the leaves of these flowers, I see some of that orange, which is interesting. And also in what I'm assuming are the stars in the background. So there's a few down here, and then around the sky up top here as well. I'm interested to see how that color looks once it's complete. So keep an eye out for hopefully a video on this one and hopefully we can talk about it once I've completed it. And then finally we have our white fairy dust drill, which is Z3865, and it is the capital letter C symbol. And this one is going to be all throughout the Santa hat, which I love. So the fluff on the Santa hat is the fairy dust versus the AB, and then also the little pom-pom. And her teeth are this white fairy dust drill. The eyes and nose of the gingerbread are also the fairy dust drill. And she has a little bit of a highlight on the top of her hand here that is also that fairy dust drill. This one is so cute. I really, really do like this one, and I'm glad I ended up choosing this one to add to my order. So I'm going to pop up another full-length image for you guys here, and then I'm going to get this one packed up, grab the next kit, so I will be right back. I'm back with kit number 2. This one is Twilight Town by Teresa Donahue McManus. This one is a 55.8 by 73.7. It's a square drill. And we will be looking at 76 colors with 2 ABs, 1 special, and 3 fairy dust drills. This kit, so I had a lot that I liked, like I mentioned. But when I saw this one, I audibly gasped. I was like, oh my gosh. And I just instantly fell in love with it. I feel like this was the first kit on my list that was a guaranteed I was going for it. And I knew if I was able to pick it up, I would be working on it in January of 2026. So you don't have to wait too long to see this one in action, hopefully, if all things go right. Because last year, or this year, I should say, in January, I had a diamond painting slump. So as long as things go according to plan, you will be seeing this one very soon. And I'm very much looking forward to working on it. So let me close the box here. We will take the toolkit out because we've already talked about that. We will pull out the dust bag and the envelope. I'm going to slide this over here for now. Okay, what color card did we get? We got another bronze. And then for our sticker sheet, this one has a special shaped diamond, I believe. If I'm remembering correctly with the kit that I'm about to start from Diamond Art Club, I think the Y ones are special shaped drills. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But isn't that so beautiful? I love it so much. This one has 76 colors, and then the specials that I just mentioned, 2 ABs, a special shape, and 3 fairy dust drills. I'm so excited. Let's get into it. Sorry for the train. And also, sorry for my voice. I am a little bit congested today. And I realized while I was filming that last clip, the first unboxing, I was like, I need to pause because I'm like gasping for breath for literally no reason. So apologies for that. I will try to keep that in check. Ooh, wow, look at those. There's 2 bags. These are the same, I think I have this same color in my current project, which is Christmas Tree Angel. If you didn't see that unboxing on Monday, I'm pretty sure I have a red and a white one of these, so I'm excited. Oh my gosh. Whoa, they're like all over. Okay, sorry, I know I snuck a peek there, but it was kind of hard to miss that they were all over. This is beautiful. Ooh, I can't wait. I'm not rushing the holidays away, trust me, but I have something to look forward to in January, and it's this diamond painting. This is so pretty. Okay, Laura, come on. Get it together, girl. There we go. Wow. This is so pretty. A lot of confetti. I'm seeing a ton of confetti, but kind of in the middle of the painting here, I am seeing some color blocking. And I wonder if the large space for those big drills, like I wonder if that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. in thinking that there's more confetti than there is, because like I said, this kind of like middle part right here looks fairly color blocky, but the trees, of course, do look pretty confetti heavy. This is so adorable. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, let me get this in frame, and then I will pop up a full-length image of this one here so that you guys can see it from a distance. And it's beauty because it's so pretty. I love this one. I'm just like staring at it. So these are the special drills. If you guys can see the 98, they take up the space of 4 regular drills. And they stand out very, very well on this diamond painting, which is kind of why I couldn't avoid the spoiler there of seeing where they all go. But there's a ton of them. I will show you the drills in a moment. There's a ton of those on this one. So pretty. Okay, let's just get right into the color palette because it's gonna be beautiful. This is one of those paintings that I don't think seeing it now is really gonna do it justice. Like, I feel like the color palette's probably gonna be a little bit boring to look at, but I feel like it's going to be one of those kits that once it's completed, it's gonna be like, wow, that is so pretty. So I'll still do, I'll still do like a little quick look of the drills. I don't know if there's going to be much to look at that's too exciting, but again, I think once they're all placed, I think this will be a really beautiful kit. So we have 2 bags of 452, and then just lots of like neutrals. So if you're not a neutral loving person, maybe this one isn't for you, but really pretty nonetheless. We have 3 bags of 3861, 2 bags of 415, 2 bags of 3042. We have our first fairy dust, which is 3865. Ooh, I think there's a yellow AB. Oh, I love yellow ABs. Again, kind of boring colors. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, 3078. Yellow special drills are my favorite. They're just so pretty. They don't get enough love. More browns and neutrals. We have 1 little bag of 310. Yay, look at that color. I guess my mind didn't register that, like, probably not the most exciting color palette, but it'll be worth it in the end. We have a brown AB in 436. Browns, more browns, more browns. Hey, look, some gray. I think we're still missing a couple of special drills, so hopefully they are in this train here. Nothing too exciting. Oh, ooh, another yellow special. A yellow fairy dust this time. Love that. Ooh, another yellow special. Oh my gosh. This is like the kit for me. And then we have some greens, some grays, some oranges, and a little bit of red. So those are the drills, which I am going to put somewhere where I don't mix them up with the other kit. Over there looks good. And then we do have the 2 bags of Y198. Exciting. All right, here we go. First, we have AB 436, which is the what I call the antenna symbol. If you're old enough to have had an antenna on your TV, welcome. Okay, here is the actual drill. I do think it might be a little bit harder to find all the specials on this one, so I will do my best. but I will probably miss a few. So apologies for that. Let's see. Do I see any? I'm looking for the antenna. Sorry if you can see my head, by the way. Okay, I don't see any. Cool. Let's check the bottom. Okay, I do see a few. So in some of these trees, I think that's a tree. Yes. In some of these trees, I do see that symbol. I think this is going to be pretty confetti heavy. I see some over on the left side here as well. Let me see if okay, I do see some over here. So it looks like kind of stuck in some of these trees at the bottom half, we'll have some of that AB. It's not a huge bag, so I don't think we have a ton, but kind of just sprinkled throughout the trees as far as I can tell at the moment. Then we have 3078, which is a pale yellow. Love yellow specials, they're my favorite. We have a capital letter A. And this is going to be in some of the windows, excuse me, some of the windows, and then kind of in the glow outside of the houses, you will see this yellow AB. And then I do see a few kind of like mixed around in the sky. It's not all of the specials that's up there, but I do see a few kind of like outlining these larger specials. There's a few around like one of these. There's a few that are just kind of by themselves in little clusters, but that's so pretty. I love it. And then also down here where this house is, there's a big chunk of it outside of this house, kind of on the snow path here. We have a bunch of that AB as well. Next, we do have the special Y198. And like I mentioned before, it is all over the canvas. So wherever you see one of these large spaces, that is that large special AB. Like I mentioned before, these take the place of 4 regular sized drills. Then we have our fairy dust. So first we have 728, which is a little bit of a darker yellow. This is going to be this symbol right here. This one is also going to be throughout the windows and some in the sky. I think we can probably assume that the yellow specials that you see in some capacity are either in the windows, in the light reflection outside of the houses, or kind of sprinkled throughout the sky, which is the same for this particular drill. And then our second yellow fairy dust drill is 3822. And it is the equal sign. And again, same thing. I see some of it in the windows and then some also throughout the sky. So love that we have 3 yellow specials. That makes me so excited for this kit. And then finally, our last fairy dust drill, we have 3865, which again is a white fairy dust drill. It is this symbol, the little tiny square. And this is also all throughout. So not only do we have those big snowflakes, we do have little tiny ones, which are the white fairy dust. And then there are some areas of this path here that are kind of bigger chunks of the white fairy dust drill as well. This house has a few on the roof. It's kind of just all throughout, and I think that's going to be really pretty. So this one is pretty heavy on the specials, and I love that. I like that we have a variation in the snowflakes of the larger AB and then the smaller fairy dust drill. I think this one's going to be really, really pretty, and I am fairly, like I would say 90% sure that this will be my first kit for 2026. So keep an eye out for a kitting up and a whip and chat and all that fun stuff. So I will go ahead and pop up another full-length image for you guys here. I'm going to get this one packed up and I will get our final kit out and we will take a look at that one. All right, I'm back. I took a couple minute break so that I could chill out for a minute. I got a drink from my new Christmas hydro jug, and I am ready to tackle this behemoth. So this one is Christmas Room by Mariana Sully. It is a 69.9 by 98.8 centimeter square drill. And this is the one that is a little funky on the side here. It's a 78 colors with 2 ABs, 1 fairy dust, and 4 fairy dust. So we're going to take a look at that. Now, this artist, I did not realize how many kits they had with Diamond Art Club, and almost all of them were already on my wish list. So I just never made the connection, I guess, that it was this particular artist. There is a Christmas kit that came out from them, I believe it was last year, that I am in love with, and I just haven't been able to catch it on a restock. So when I saw this one, I was like, I am getting this, or I'm gonna try to get it. And I just might completely overhaul my plans for December just so I can fit in this diamond painting. We'll see. I haven't fully made up my mind. I feel like it's going to be a very popular one, and I'm definitely not against working on kits that everybody else is working on. If you love a diamond painting, work on it. But I do have some other ones in my stash that I really want to work on, so let me know in the comments. Should I work on this one in December? Should I stick with my plans? Should I try to just add it in to what I already have going on? That seems like a bit of a stretch for me, but I'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. But I am excited nonetheless to take a look at this one. This one is packed in here. Oh my gosh, I can't get the box off. Ooh, okay, I got it. All right, toolkit off to the side. This is so heavy. And then we have our thank you for your purchase envelope, of course. I feel like I'm probably gonna knock those boxes over, but we'll deal with that if we need to. All right, what do we got here? We have another bronze card. And then, okay. It's a crystal. So the box has a misprint. It's 2 ABs, 1 crystal, and 4 fairy dust drills. So if you got this one and you're confused by the side, it's just a little typo, which is totally fine. We have 78 colors. Here is the image. It's so pretty. I fell in love with the little bunnies that are by the fire. I had a bunny rabbit when I was a kid, and I would love to have another one. I just always loved bunnies, and these ones are so cute. Look at them getting warm by the fire. Okay, let me put that somewhere I can find it. Let's open our dust bag. I have such a mess to clean up. Okay, this one I'm going to roll backwards, and I'm gonna try not to spoil it for myself. I'm gonna try. So I'm not looking at what I'm doing. It's such a big canvas. Oh my gosh. Okay, the drills are out. We have a big old bag of drills here. Okay, are we ready? I think, yes, this is the bottom. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Ah, it's still too big for the desk. Dang it. Actually, maybe it's not. I think I actually did clear enough space. Okay, wow. This is huge. It's so beautiful though. The bows on the tree. I love bows. I will have a Christmas decor tour later in the season, but I have bows like all over most of my trees, and this is so beautiful. And then the trees outside. She has a cat next to her. She has a dog laying on the rug. She's got the little bunnies and the bookshelves. This is so pretty. I will go ahead and pop up a full-length image for you guys here. And while you're looking at that, I will turn this around, and I will do my best to find every special drill that we have to talk about today. Oh my gosh. It's so big. It's so pretty though. Honestly, not as confetti heavy as I was expecting. There's definitely confetti, don't get me wrong, but kind of like the wallpaper is somewhat color blocky. The floor, I would definitely say, has some color blocking to it. I mean, it's not like straight color blocking, probably more of like a line blocking. But it's not as confetti heavy as I was expecting, which does give me hope that I would potentially be able to finish it this year. But the little orange slice garland, this is very nostalgic. It's so pretty. I love this art style. I cannot believe this is the first piece in my stash from this artist. I definitely need to address that at some point. Okay, let's take a look at the drills. Whoa. Oh, my Lanta. Okay. Our first two colors. This is going to be pretty quick, but again, I will tell you if we have multiple bags of a color. So we have a dark brown. We have 3 bags of Fairy Dust 3865. We have 4 bags of 6032. I'm going to guess that's one of the browns in the floor. We have 3 bags of 3857. 2 bags of 3051. We have a purple. We have 2 bags of 951. And 3 bags of 3064. Nope, make that 4 bags of 3064. We have 2 bags of 754. We have 2 bags of 6031. 2 bags of 221. 2 bags of Fairy Dust 817. That's exciting. Whenever we get multiple bags of a Fairy Dust drill, I get so excited. The Fairy Dust drills are my favorite special from Diamond Art Club. We have 2 bags of 3859. 3 bags of 3052. 2 bags of 350. 2 bags of 934. And then we have a red shade. I was going to say we have a red shade to end it, but we have 2 bags of 498. 2 bags of a dark green, 935. We have some browns. We have a lighter green. We have we have 2 bags of 434. Then we have our crystal, which is LZ741. We have 924, 341, really pretty blue. I'm gonna guess this is probably maybe in some of the paintings on the wall. It's a really pretty shade though. We have a Fairy Dust and an AB right next to each other here, which is great. So I think I have both of my ABs, maybe not. Here's another Fairy Dust. Pretty dark green. These should all be single bags, so some reds and greens. Here's our other AB. I'm just gonna pan these ones across. If you're interested, take a look at the screen. If not, I totally understand. A surprising number of purples in this one. I say as I find more purples. A yellow, it's not a special, but it's still a yellow. All right, there we go. That's all of our drills. I will say, I'm surprised we don't have a yellow Fairy Dust for some of the ornaments, but we do have that crystal, so we'll see. Okay, let's move these off to the side. Right in my chair. And I have my sticker sheet And I have all of my drills. So let's do ABs, crystal, fairy dust. All right, for our ABs, our first one is 945. And then we also have 3053, a pretty green. We have the crystal in 741, or iridescent diamond, I should say. Pretty, that's a yellow. 741 is a yellow color. Actually, no, 741 is an orange, isn't it? It is an orange. I think maybe they're trying to get gold with that crystal, if I had to guess, which I'll accept, as if I have a choice. And then we have 2 bags of fairy dust 817. We have fairy dust 936. This is a beautiful green. I really like that shade of green. 3855. And then we have the 3 bags of 3865. So let's see if I can find everything. Again, I will do my best. I'm sure I will miss a few spots where some of these specials are, but just to give you a general idea of where these might be. So first up, we have the green AB 3053, which is this symbol right here. That is going to be... Okay, it's not in the trees outside. I thought it might be in the trees. Oh my gosh, there's a little mistletoe hanging. That's so cute. Is it in this tree? Not that I can see. Okay, we're doing great. Okay, I do see some here in this little bowl. I think maybe this is popcorn? Question mark? I don't actually know. It's this bowl right here. I don't actually know what's in that bowl, but there are some of those ABs in that bowl. And then there's also some in this tin of what looks to be like cookies or biscuits or something. Okay. Then we have 945 AB. Which is, oh, I should have done 945 first. Sorry, I went out of order. It's this symbol right here. This one, it looks like we have some in the village. Yes, the village on top of this shelf right here. There's also some in this painting of like a snowy scene. And then we have a few in some of the candlesticks that are on the tree. I wanted to do that this year. I wanted to put those type of candles on my tree. Obviously battery operated, but some of these candles here have that AB as well. And then some of the candlesticks that are just kind of around have this AB. And I think that's it, perhaps. That's all I'm seeing right now. So I'm sure we'll come across some more as this kit gets completed, but for now, that's where I see these ABs. Next up, we have 741, which is the crystal or the iridescent diamond. This is this symbol on the canvas. And this is some of the ornaments throughout the tree. It's also the flames to the candles that she has here. And then it is also the fairy lights, or maybe these aren't lights. Maybe these are like garland that she has hanging from the ceiling. Anywhere else? Yes, it is also in the flames of the fire. And then it looks like she has some ornaments hanging from a garland over her fireplace. There are some of these ABs there, or that crystal as well. Really pretty. I do like that quite a bit. And then finally, our fairy dust drills. We will first do the red 817, which is the capital letter C on the canvas. This is going to be everywhere. There are 2 big bags. It is in the bows, it's in the red candles, it's in the berries of the mistletoe, it's on her sweater, it's in this little like Christmas decoration that she has over here. There's a bunch on the bookshelves, in the paintings. Like there's just a bunch of this red fairy dust drill. And I think that's going to be so pretty. I think it's going to give that like pop of Christmas, because obviously this is Christmassy, but I feel like the colors are a little bit muted. So I feel like that like bright red fairy dust drill is going to look really pretty against some of the more neutral tones that we have here. Next, we have the dark green 936. This is the letter J on the canvas. This one, okay, can I find it? This one, there is some of this in this blanket that she has on the back of her chair. There's also some in the garland that's over the fireplace. We also have some on the bookshelves, and oh, this Christmas cookie. Sorry, I don't know why that came out funny. This Christmas cookie right here, the icing, the green part is some of this fairy dust drill. So really pretty. I like this color quite a bit. Next, we have 3855, which is this fairy dust drill. It is the square symbol on the canvas. This is going to be in this shooting star decoration that she has on the window. It's also going to be in the topper on the tree. It's also going to be in some of the ornaments on the tree. Also in the ornaments that are coming off the garland, as well as in the flames of the fireplace. I do like that they've chosen the crystal and the fairy dust to be next to each other. I always like when two special drills are together, whether it's an AB and a fairy dust and a crystal, an AB and a crystal, whichever combination. I always like when two of them are together because it just gives a really pretty effect. So I do like to see that in the fire. And I don't think there's any further down. Oh, she does have another tree that's decorated down here, and I do see a few on that as well. And then finally, our last special drill is 3865 fairy dust. We have 3 really big bags of this one. It is the tiny little square again. And this is most of the white that you see. So you can see there's some snow that's built up on the windows. The white of her wallpaper is this fairy dust drill. The white in the paintings are the fairy dust drill. The bunnies have a couple on their tails, which is so cute. And then we do have some down here in the orange garland and a couple on some of the cookies as well. So a ton of that white fairy dust drill, and I think it's just gonna be so beautiful. So I'll go ahead and pop up a full-length image of this one for you guys here so you can see it again. Sorry for probably not the best viewing experience for my unboxings. I do prefer to do the larger kits on the floor, but it just wasn't meant to be this go around. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the 3 kits that I picked up from the Christmas release. A couple of you were so close to guessing the 3 kits that I picked up. I think one of you got this one and Twilight Town, but you didn't get the Cocoa Comfort one, so you guys were so close. I feel like I'm very predictable these days, but I love these diamond paintings. I think they're beautiful. I would very much like to get to them in the next couple of months. We'll see if I'm able to swing it, but definitely keep an eye on the channel for kitting ups and post reviews and all of those videos on these particular kits. So that is going to do it for today. I'd love to know in the comments which kits you picked up from the Christmas release, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!